So what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we will be not playing any games. So let me just get straight to the point guys. I am thinking about something different. I want to try out something new. So for that reason I just got my Pokemon cards that I had in my house with dice, and of course, well, I didn't have any coins, so I just got this thing. I don't know what it is, but it can do the work of a coin simply. So I have written everything that I want to do. Let me actually give you a brief idea. So this will be a Pokemon card tournament in which each type will be having its own team, and those team will compete for tournaments. So the list of tournament is here. Let me show you guys. So So this is, look up there, this is written Pokemon card series PCS, which will be name of this tournament series league or whatever. So this will be season 1, and right now there are only 5 different types of tournament that I have in mind. So we'll be doing those 5. So first is PPL, which stands for Pokemon Premier League. Yeah, I kind of took that from the English Premier League of football, but I think it can work as well. So in this, the format of this league will be very simple. It will be a table type tournament, or there are 11 types in Pokemon cards, so those 11 types will compete in the form of a table. And of course there will be two matches with each team. For example, each team will have a match with a specific team twice. In simple terms, fire will have two matches with water and any other teams. In total, each team will play 20 matches, and whoever gets the most points out of these 20 matches will be the winner, and of course whoever comes second will be the runner up. And of course the POTT, which is the Pokemon of the tournament, it you just understand what it means. So it will be given to the most with the Pokemon with the most kills in that tournament. So moving up next is the SPT, which stands for single Pokemon tournament, and the formation of this tournament will be very different from the Pokemon Premier League, and this will be how it is. So random groups will be drawn, and a random Pokemon will be selected to play each match. So, for example, if in fire type, or from the all of the 6 Pokemons, we will only get one random Pokemon. It could be either the strongest Pokemon of its team or either the weakest. That will go up against the opponent's random Pokemon. It could be the opponent's strongest Pokemon or the weakest. Okay, so this one is quite highly based upon luck, and it will be not like a table, it will be groups. Okay, and the next one is ET, which stands for elimination tournament, and in this one, right off the bat, out of the 11 teams, one will be eliminated without even playing a match, and out of those 10 teams, each will play an elimination match with any other team. After that, we'll have 5 teams left, and one of them will be randomly eliminated, and the other teams will continue the semifinals and finals. So you need luck as well as skills to win this one. So the next is RTC, Random Team Cup. So this one is very different because in this tournament you will not go with the type. For example, Blaziken is a fire type Pokemon, and it would not be played with fire type. This would be random. Any random Pokemon would be paired up with random 5 to create a completely random team. So it will be quite random for the first season because I have to select them. Well, I will not select them, it will be just a lucky draw, and the team will be created, will have each team will have their name, and this will be a, I think a group stage like tournament. So this would be very interesting because the teams would be playing not in their because the Pokemon will be playing not in their teams but actually with other Pokemons, creating new teams. So it would be a unique experience. So the next is LSC, the lower 6 cup. So in the Pokemon Premier League, the 6 team which finish at the bottom 6 of the table will play in this. So you can say it's a tournament of the weak teams, just like the Europa League, your Europa Conference League in football. So that's the system over here. Last tournament that we'll be having is the WC, which stands for Winners' Cup. This is just like the Champions League, of course. So all the teams that are either the winners or the runner-up will get to participate in this tournament, and they have to be in even numbers. There cannot be like seven different teams competing. One will be randomly eliminated, and the other six will compete for the tournament. And as you can see, the name of the Pokemons are written on the left, and in front of them are the amount of kills, trophies, Pokédor, S card, which is the silver card, and the Tor's Pokemon team of the season. So you understand kills and trophies. So I'll explain the Pokédor S card and the Pokemon team of the season. So Pokédor will be given to the Pokemon. Well, you can understand that the word Pokédor comes from the word Ballon d'Or. So it's just very similar. Like with Pokemon with the most kills, trophies will be getting that award, and the silver card will be given to a Pokemon that has not done much but has played a crucial role in its team. So, for example, if Dark type doesn't win any tournament, or a Pokemon from Dark type isn't even the Pokemon of a tournament, but they somehow get to become the runner up or the winner of a tournament due to a specific Pokemon's heroic performance, he will be getting a silver card. It's a little bit complicated, but you will understand. So it's like an underrated Pokemon which has done a lot for his team. I think that's a better explanation. So Pokemon team of the season is very simple. Six max Pokemons of the of the season will be in this. So well, that's very simple to understand. It just you can understand that by the name. I know I took a lot of things from football because it was very difficult for me to create my own. So you can say that a little bit of problem as well. And talking about the and guys, talking about the tournaments, tell me guys, tell me in the comments what other tournaments should I actually add, since it took me a lot of time to come up with these five. So now the next thing is I'll be showing you guys the teams, and each team will of course have their own captains. Okay, so guys, before I start speaking, I want to just tell you guys that the cards that I may have are half of them are fake, half of them are real. I don't even know if the real ones are actually real, but we don't care about them being fake or real. We just have them for the tournament. So this is the team. Ante is the captain of this team, and the reason for that is this that he is the only he is one of the two legendary Pokemons in the team, the other one being Reshiram. And because I just think Ante just have the heroic nature of being a captain for the fire types, so I think it was a pretty solid candidate for me to become the captain. So it has so we'll not talk about the attacks, you will understand them when we play, but I would not be using them as they are given here. So look at the attack of Ante. It's eruption 80 plus. Each player discards the top card of their deck. Since we don't have any deck, so we can't be doing that. And this attack does 60 more damage for each energy card. So we won't be doing that as well. For that, we'll be just doing a simple coin flip. So next Pokemon is the Talonflame, and after that we got Slazel, then Magmortar, and then Reshiram, and to finish things off, we got Blaziken. To be honest, Fire type actually have a pretty solid team, and in the test runs that I did, it took me I did test runs for the past 1 or 2 months. Fire type were actually one of the most dominant teams in that time period. Okay, so next one will be the Dragon type. And before I continue, I forgot to tell you guys that this tournament only uses normal cards, no GX, no EX, no VMAX, or any other thing. But you will say that there's a High Dragon EX right in front of my eyes. But Dragon type, I only had four normal cards, so I had to two if I wanted to make a complete team of them. So these two that I have added are the weakest dragon type Pokemons that I had. So I think it'll work out. You can also see Gible and Jagmo are extremely weak, so it makes up for them. So the captain of this team is Garchomp. I actually wanted to make the captain Hydreigon, but Garchomp, of course, is a way better Suno legendary, and of course, is the only strong Pokemon which is not a EX in this team. So it definitely deserves to be the captain. Then you see is the Hydreigon. After that is the Garchomp smaller version Gible. Then we have Jangmo, And then we have Drampa, which is for some reason named Honchkrow, and then the last card, Kendra EX. Okay, guys, so our next team will be the Psychic type, and the captain of the Psychic type is Naganadel, of course, being the only Ultra Beast in this entire tournament, in the entire series, as if now, yeah, it definitely deserves to be the captain of his team. And after that, we have Cresselia, Nido Queen, and Nido King. That will be a deadly combination. And with that, we have Drapion and Giratina. So, overall, this team is absolutely terrifying because it has very good health stat, very good attack stats, and it could be very dangerous at sometimes. Okay, guys, so the next type is the fighting type, and the captain of the fighting type is Marowak. Well, the reason I made him captain over many other teammates of his other teammates are that he can do the most potential damage, and it he is the oldest fighting type card that I have. One of the first few cards that I actually had, he was one of them. So it's iconic for me to have him as the captain. So the other Pokemon here is Groundon, Zygarde 10% form, Hippowdon, Toxicroak, and Carnivores. So guys, the next up we have the normal type, and the captain of the normal type is Arceus. Of course, do I actually need to do any explanation for it? Absolutely not. So we have Staraptor with him, Gumshoes, Fragdraft, Tornadus, and Lopunny. So to be honest, guys, this team, in my opinion, is actually one of the weakest of the bunch, but I just got the Fragraph card lately, so it has become a way better team. But this is a team that really struggles with one thing, and that is its health. Because most of the Pokemons have a really low health. Well, now they don't, since Staraptor and and Arceus both have 130, and Fragraph have 114. But before Fragraph, the Pokemon that I had also had about 110 HP. As the next type that we'll be doing will be the Fairy type, and the captain of the Fairy type is Tapu Fini. Then we have Gardevoir, then we have Xerneas, Snubbull, Morlul, and then Sylveon. So actually, they are not in the similar case as and as dragon types, because I actually had seven fairy type Pokemon, but only two were strong, and those two being Tapu Fini and Xerneas. The other were even weaker than the Snubbull and Morlul card that I had. So if I added the other two, then there would be absolutely no chance that these guys would even win a single match, and that would be absolutely unfair. So that's why, to make it fair, I added the Gardevoir and Sylveon card. And now we will doing the grass types, probably one of the most strongest out of the bunch. So the captain being Torterra, and yeah, again, I don't have to do an explanation why is he the captain. You can just look at its card and understand why he is the captain. So with them we have Vespiquen, we have Venusaur, Yanmega, Tangrowth, and Gogoat. Or if you wanna say, you can also say that the grass type have Ronaldo on their side. Guys, the next one is the electric type, and in my opinion, they are the strongest team in the entire series. So let's just get down to it. And the captain is Electivire. It is also one of the most oldest electric type card that I got, and it has incredibly high attack. With him, we have Luxray with great attack and good and great health. Then we have Ampharos, Magnezone, Raichu, which is the weakest Pokemon in the team. Well, if we remove Zap Cannon's fatigue of Magnezone's fatigue of using Zap Cannon, then definitely Raichu is the weakest, and the last Pokemon being Palmod. So I think that they might dominate, but there are matches that even they can lose. So guys, the next type is the Steel type, and I think I said this when the normal types came that they are the weakest, but they are actually stronger than the type which is the Steel type. So you can see the reason why. So their captain being Corviknight, which is the strongest Pokemon in this entire series by individual strength. Actually, there might be just one more Pokemon that might be stronger than him. Then we have Matang, Magneton, Magnemite, completing the Magna family. We have, of course, Magnemite, Magneton in Steel, and Magnezone being in Electric type. And the Pokemon, last two Pokemons being Earthworm and Jirachi. Earthworm is the only other Pokemon is the only Pokemon other than Corviknight that actually has potential. And the next type is the Dark type. So the captain is Darkrai, and there's an obvious reason for Darkrai being the captain is that he is one of the most coolest Pokemons out there. Probably in my top 5 favorite Pokemons. With him we have Tyranitar, which is the only Pokemon stronger than Corviknight and the strongest Pokemon in the entire series. Then we have Hoopa, which you can see the ability cannot be hurt by EX or GX Pokemon, which will actually apply in this tournament. So the teams that are using EX and GX have a little bit of problem when they fight against Dark. Then we have Zoroark, Swiper, and Stuntype. So our last type being the water type, let's get down to it. So the captain is Beartic, and it has a unique reason. Well, when I actually began the test drills for it, the captain was actually Swampert, but Beartic was also incredible. So I just thought that I have to shift captain to Beartic. So Beartic is now our captain. Then we have Samurott in the team, Empoleon, Swampert, Slowking, and the last Pokemon is Primarina. So this team is also very strong, and of course it is in the top 5 as well. So it will be very interesting seeing the tournament actually begin. Guys, that finishes the introduction of the Pokemons and the series, like the awards and tournaments. And you guys probably know how we are going to play them. So if you don't know, let me just show you a brief example. So we have two teams here with their Pokemon being randomly shuffled and upside down. Two Pokemons will come from each of their sides. Then I'll be rolling dice with an side. So first Dark type will go. Their number is 6 and 1. So how the dice system works is whoever score the more points it goes to attack first, and if any number is same like 6 or 6 or 4 and 4, that's a critical hit, meaning it will be doing double damage. And if one is repeated on both of them, then the attack will be missed. So here Stuntine got 7. Now Primarina time to be rolled, and it got 10. So Primarina will do its attack first, then Stuntank will do. But since Primarina attacks also sleeps the opponent's Pokemon, so Stuntank is now asleep. So for that reason our coin flip will come, and this side will be the tails and this side will be the heads. So I just have to flip this. So it got heads, which means he is out of sleep, and I'll be using an attack. So I'll be using sticky smoke screen because he has a little bit of problem attacking the next turn, because if since he have to do two coin flips, and if either of them are tails, he will not be doing damage. So let's get down to it. Stuntang got 7 once again, and Primarina gets 8. So let's see if the tails are coming or not. And that's a head. So another head is required for Primarina to attack, and this time it's a tail. So which means Primarina isn't going to attack, and Stuntang will finish it off using Hammer-In. So that's the basic way of how each match will turn out to be. So I am looking forward to this series, guys, and be sure to follow the entire series, guys, and support this. And also, guys, tell me in the comments any other tournaments that you have in mind for this series. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next video, and goodbye.